Ravi, Mira, Arjun, and Priya were excited for their road trip. They had planned to explore new places and enjoy the journey together. But on their way back home, they took a wrong turn, which led them into the unknown. The road was quiet and lonely, surrounded by thick forests. Their GPS stopped working, and they hadn't seen another car for miles. A rusted sign appeared ahead that read, Kaala Gaon 20 kilometers. This place doesn't seem safe, Mira said, looking out of the car window. We have no choice, Ravi replied. The fuel is low. We need to find help. The group decided to continue. The air grew colder, and the trees looked twisted, like they were reaching out. The strange village. When they arrived at Kaala Gaon, it felt like time had stopped. The houses were old and falling apart. Lanterns hung from wooden poles, but there was no light. No people, and no sound, just an eerie silence. Let's not stop here, Priya whispered nervously. But they had to. The fuel gauge blinked red, and they couldn't go any further. As they explored the village, they noticed strange symbols carved into the walls of the houses. At the center of the village stood a large ancient temple. A faint red light glowed from its entrance, and strange chanting echoed from inside. We shouldn't go in there, Arjun warned. But curiosity got the better of them. They stepped into the temple, holding their breath. The Temple of Shadows. Inside, the air was heavy, and the floor was covered in dust. At the center of the temple stood a black stone idol with empty eyes that seemed to follow them. Around it, the walls were decorated with strange, unreadable markings. What is this place? Mira asked, her voice shaking. Suddenly, the doors behind them slammed shut. They were trapped. A deep, echoing voice filled the air. It didn't sound human. The voice spoke words they couldn't understand. But the message was clear. You shouldn't have come here. The red light in the temple grew brighter, and strange shadows began to move on the walls. The friends huddled together, terrified. Suddenly, they heard footsteps, soft at first, then louder. From the corners of the temple, figures began to appear. They were unlike anything they had ever seen, their faces hidden in the dark. The group backed away, their hearts racing. The escape! Run! Ravi shouted, pulling his friends toward a small door on the side. They ran as fast as they could, their footsteps echoing in the dark. The shadows chased them, their movements quick and unnatural. One by one, the friends were separated, each disappearing into the darkness. Only Ravi made it back to the car. He started the engine, his hands trembling, and sped out of the village. As he looked in the rearview mirror, he saw the red light from the temple glowing brighter, as if it was following him. Just when Ravi thought he was safe, the voice returned, whispering in his ear, "This is only the beginning. The road trip continues."